The idea of developing a business course that is ethical, social and green. We're going to develop a leadership skill base for young people in upper secondary who will be actually thinking about how their business idea is going to impact on their community.
Through the entire program, we've been able to go out to businesses, see what how they first started, what they've accomplished now.
Home One changed my view. Gain so much experience and gain better knowledge.
I really love the idea of generating ideas and excitement in the area, and I think the more it can be involved in curriculum, I think it's really great how young minds are coming together and learning more about it.
I'd love everybody to think really broadly about education and the future and what we do. Well, I hope to see lots of amazing businesses and social enterprises coming out of the North.
The idea of developing a business course that is ethical, social and green. We're going to develop a leadership skill base for young people in upper secondary who will be actually thinking about how their business idea is going to impact on their community.
Through the entire program, we've been able to go out to businesses, see what how they first started, what they've accomplished now.
Home One changed my view. Gain so much experience and gain better knowledge.
I really love the idea of generating ideas and excitement in the area, and I think the more it can be involved in curriculum, I think it's really great how young minds are coming together and learning more about it.
I'd love everybody to think really broadly about education and the future and what we do. Well, I hope to see lots of amazing businesses and social enterprises coming out of the North.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone to be here today. We would like to respectfully acknowledge the Wurundjeri peoples of the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the land on which we are located. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Welcome to the Youth Enterprise Hub's Micro Enterprise Pitch Presentations. My name is Viv Sercombe, Manager of the Youth Enterprise Hub of the Inner Northern Local Learning Employment Network. Today is a culmination of 4 years' work. Back in 2018, principals, teachers and students met with local innovators and social entrepreneurs from Melbourne's Inner North to learn about the ways people were addressing issues in their local community. These schools, teachers and students not only formed a network, they began to see how they could develop a curriculum, a new economy curriculum within the existing VCAL certificate, drawing on real-world contexts within the cities of Yarra, Moreland and Darebin. So even within a global pandemic, with all the disruptions and uncertainty over the last 2 years, these teachers and students have not only created new ways of teaching and learning alongside their community, all of it online and in lockdown. The students have undertaken action research in partnership with the Inner North Community Foundation's Young Changemakers program, where students were granted $105,000 to be able to give to community innovators, courtesy of Bendigo Community Bank, Fitzroy Clifton Hill branch, and the Etc. Foundation. And then they too became innovators. Like all entrepreneurs, these students have developed their innovations in different ways according to their different contexts, passion, and purpose. They have also learned that building an innovation takes time through trial and error, and it can be challenging as much as exhilarating. Above all, it takes courage and belief in yourself and in your team to present new ideas. These teams have also been guided by exceptional local economy, new thought leaders and practitioners. Today, we are seeing a snapshot of that journey. We will hear about their ideas, what they have learned, and the potential they see of their own innovations. For some of these young people, this is much more than a learning assessment task. It has become a mission. Never has there been a greater time for young people to be empowered to generate change. I'd also like to give a shout out to all the students who have worked within the Hub to develop their innovations. There are even more students than are presenting here today who are busily developing their ideas behind the scenes and that we hope to hear about in the near future. It has been a great honour and privilege to work with you all. Thank you. I'd also like to alert you to a few housekeeping items. Please keep yourself on mute at all times. There will be an opportunity to ask questions of the team leaders at the end of the session, but please do not put them into the chat, but directly to me to avoid distracting the students who are presenting. Thank you very much. We will now move to the presentation. Thank you. Thank you. It's very exciting to see everybody here today. I'll get us here. And what an amazing day. What an amazing time to be able to move to this and for everyone to be here and to hear these very exciting and talented students. So thank you. As I mentioned, we've got myself who's just done that introduction. I'm going to go through the agenda though with you now today so that you have a sense of what we'll be doing. As I mentioned, if everyone could be on mute, that would be great. We're going to hear from Roberto Danielle, who was the mentor at Sydney Road Community School on why young people's social and environmental innovations are so important. We're also going to hear from Concord School. Megan Prince, the teacher there, will be giving an outline of what some exceptional work that was done at Concord. NCAT will have 2 of their student teams. There will be a team from Sydney Road Community School, 2 teams from Fitzroy High. We'll have a Q&A session where if you could all, as I mentioned, direct those questions to me and I'll direct those to the team leaders. We've got a very important message from one of our student ambassadors. And most importantly, a thank you to our sponsors, to all the people that have made this possible today, including Bendigo Bank, Clifton Hill Fitzroy branch, the Department of Education, Inland, all of the people who have been involved in this. It's just been incredible, and we've got a list for that. So I'm going to hand that over now to Roberto. Roberto, if you would like to move to doing your presentation, we'd love to hear from you.
Sure, Viv. Viv, thank you very much for having me here on board, and hi everyone. Yes, my name is Roberto Daniele. I met quite a few of you I'm the director of Changemakers Lab, which is a social enterprise that supports social entrepreneurs and social enterprise startups. So yesterday, I was asked to reflect about my experience on this program and what is the value of the Youth Enterprise Hub program. And I was reflecting on my journey so far, and particularly my experiences with mentoring at and let me shout out the amazing Sydney Road Community School. And I was thinking, so what is the value of embedding entrepreneurship, and particularly new economies or social enterprise entrepreneurship in the schools? And as I was reflecting about that, a testimonial about a good friend of mine came to mind. So Ben Keane is a very serious social entrepreneur based in the UK. And someone wrote the following about him: I put Ben in the visionary category. He has strong beliefs on how things can be done and many of the most relevant skills to make them happen. A rare individual with the ideas and skills to design a world around him rather than accepting the one that already exists. And we all know that the world that already exists is pretty messed up. And so I think if the results for the students, of the people who participate in this course, was exactly that, to ground them in strong beliefs and to give them the skills to not simply accept the world as it is around them, but to be proactive creators of a world how it should be, or how they should see it should be. Because after all, this words, we are passing it on to younger generations. That would be a massive achievement of the program. And I think that, this is the essence of what it's been, what we're starting to pilot to do. So I want to really congratulate the students and the staff of all the schools involved for engaging in this program, for seeing the potential for yourselves to engage in this program. I'm absolutely confident, and I think that the pictures today will start demonstrating that you've taken a path that, if you really stick to it, not only will provide you with a future-proof job skills, because it's not specific to a job, but it's just a set of tools and attitudes that will allow you to grow and develop in whatever job you decide to do, whether you go down the entrepreneurship path, but even if you go down a more traditional path, but with an intrapreneurial approach, I think that puts you in a very strong position. Also, I think this will embark you in a very powerful transformational journey of much needed change of the world, and you will be the agents of this change. So congratulations for the passion and determination you've shown. Congratulations, more importantly, for seeing through this in a period that has seen us all relegated in at homes with COVID, all doing collaborative work of Zoom, which we know is not necessarily ideal. So yeah, congratulations to you all of you, for this fantastic work you have done. Congratulations also to the schools. I have seen, obviously I was focusing on the Sydney Road, but what I heard from Viv and what I've seen at Sydney Road, an incredibly committed set of teachers that really believe in the project and have thrown a lot of energies behind it. So thank you to all the teachers. Thank you particularly to Dawn, with whom I had the pleasure to work with. Fantastic. Last but not least, and I'd say really from the bottom of my heart, I would really like to congratulate Viv. I've had the pleasure to meet Viv on this program and get her to know quite well. We had a lot of chats about the program and what directions it could take. And Viv, your passion for this project, your enthusiasm for this project is just infectious. And you know very well that your capability and your ability to rope volunteers in to do more than what the Call of Duty is nothing short of legendary. So good on you. Good on you for getting us all so involved. I'm really excited about what's happening, and I'm really more than happy to contribute the little I have. I think really you're onto something. You created a real pioneer initiative, and even better, the fact that the state government and the education department are starting to listen to new approaches to education. They go beyond the traditional education that it's really just focused on mind, and intellectual part, and start to move on a more holistic approach to education that really looks at mind, heart, and hands, and a really sort of action-led learning project-based approach. The fact that all of this is then wrapped up around a new economy discourse makes this like, Viv, this is music to my ears, and I think that this is the way forward. So I'm very excited about this pilot. I'm very excited about the potential. And to paragraph a very famous quote from Margaret Mead, I would like to conclude to say, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, and in this case, young, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So off you go with your pitches, off you go, stay on this path, stay on this course. It can be a tricky path. It can be a path that has ups and downs. You might fail on one project, but pick yourself up and believe in yourself, believe in the strength of what you're doing, which is not only for yourself, but it's really, and this might sound a bit cheesy, but it is really for the betterment of the world. And I think you guys are our future. So looking forward to see all these pictures, and thank you, Viv, and thank you all the school for giving us mentors the opportunity to be involved in such an exciting project. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Roberto. That was just stunning. Thank you so much. And really, couldn't think of a better way of moving on to hearing about the pictures. So we're going to hear from Megan first. Megan, I'm going to do a stop share here so that you can move on to presenting Concord.
Hi. So we run things a little bit differently to most of the other schools. We run our new enterprise project over a single term, fully integrated into our VCAL curriculum. And then we do the Young Changemakers as a second year as like an add-on instead of prior to how you guys would have done it. So I'm going to hand you over to Nick, who's run our group for term 3. And he'll tell you about how they went this term.
Yep, sweet. We have to share our screen, don't we?
Yep. So share screen.
If I go there. All right, all good. Everyone can see.
Thank you, Nick. Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, we decided. So my class took on the Father's Day stall project for this year. We've renamed it the Special Persons Day stall to be a bit more inclusive of everyone. And here's just how we went about it, really. So our purpose. So our purpose for the stall was we decided to name it, as I said, the Special Persons Day stall, so it would be inclusive of all the special people in our lives. Gifts could be bought for dads, carers, grandfathers, and any other special person that were in the students' lives at our school. We thought this stall was a great opportunity to show our love for the special people in our lives and to really celebrate everything they've done for us. And the logo on the side was by two of our students, Alia and Georgia, which was really cool. So then we had, the items. So due to the cancellation of last year's stall, we already had some leftover items that could be used, such as glass mugs, keep cups, and photo frames that you can all see there. We decided that we would need some more items and wanted items that would provide customers with a unique experience that they could only find at the Concord Special Persons Day stall. And these were the items we purchased. So this included seed packs for the garden, numerous car products for the motor enthusiasts, and games that could be played between the students and the special people in their lives, such as Frisbee, mini basketball, and a lineup 4 game we had. So the students helped us source all of that out and put the orders through, which was really good. So yeah, we ordered a range of products so we could represent the interests of every special person for the students at our school and not just catering to kind of one demographic. So where we got the items from, so our sources, in order to achieve our vision of having a product for everyone, we ordered from 2 different websites to purchase our items, and they were bearandmoon.com, and the other one was called fathersdaystall.com. So we would like to thank the staff at these stores for helping us really to achieve our vision, as without them sending the products, we wouldn't have had them. So then here were some of the best sellers that we found. So the items that really sold the best were the coffee mugs. They love the coffee mugs, glass mugs, the small can coolers as well. The cards sold really well, and the basketball hoops as well. So This indicates that these items were quite popular amongst our special people, and for the future, we would look at ordering more of these items to cater to what our market really is and maximize our profits. And kind of how we adapted. So originally we were going to hold it in the classroom and students were going to come in, but like many businesses, COVID restrictions from the most recent lockdown forced us to adapt. So we had that plan, students were to come in, wasn't able to happen. So in order to still run the store, we decided to create an online store, which is something that had not been done before this year. And that's just a screenshot of the homepage of the store that we had. We set it up to be really simple and user-friendly, so they could just go catalog, bang, order their items, and away they go. So our customer experience. We decided to make the website simple and easy to navigate, creating a user-friendly experience. We had originally planned to drop off the items to the student houses, so to do like a packing at school, then a delivery service, but that didn't comply with COVID guidelines, as there was a 5-kilometer radius restriction and it wasn't considered essential. So customers were offered a click and collect option at the checkout, and the students learned how to pick, pack, and dispatch the orders with the help from Julie, who sent us some really cool videos. And then the students who were on site, which unfortunately wasn't any of my class, but a lot of the year 11 and 12 students who were on site during this time did help us with that packing experience. And then those other ones who were on site during our sales period were able to collect their orders before Special Persons Day. Unfortunately, those who remained at home were unable to collect their orders as it wasn't considered essential to come in. But since then, we have delivered the items to these students since returning on site. And then just a little summary conclusion. So based on the success of this store, we identified that there is a possibility that the business could expand and include other stores associated with the school. So things like the uniform shop, Mother's Day store, and Christmas stores could all be moved online and included as a part of our business. We believe the Concord Special Persons Day store really did reflect the overwhelming prominence of technology in the modern times and could be a catalyst for what all school stores look like in the future. And that is everything.
Fantastic, Nick. Thank you so much for that. One of the things that really stands out for me with Concord is the fact that, in fact, if we think about it as a hub and a network, we could potentially have other students creating things for your stall, as could the students themselves. So I think, again, with whatever we're developing here, I see enormous potential for cross-fertilization. So thank you so much, Nick and Megan, and particularly, oh gosh, isn't it great when your screen freezes? Oh, my screen. Oh, great. Oh, don't you love it? Okay, there we go. So thank you so much to you, and particularly for Julie, mentoring Concord during that time. We've had some spectacular times there, Julie, so thank you so much. And the jokes have been sensational. We've had so much laughing while we've been doing those sessions. I've loved it. So thank you again for that. And we're really looking forward to connecting with you in the very near future. So up next, we have the Northern College of Arts and Technology and the NUP team with Ethan as the team leader. Ethan, I'm going to do a stop share and I'm going to allow you to move on to hearing about NUP. Looking forward to it.
Hi, everybody. Before we start, I'd just like to thank our mentors for the whole event, Kat, Sean, Valerie, Charlie, and Photius. They really gave a lot of their time for us, which we all really appreciate. Anyway, I hope you enjoy our pitch. Thank you all for your time. Let's just get started. We are the NUP group. I'm Ethan. Henry is off screen. John Luke is off screen, and Aaron is also off screen. And yeah.
Our story. In June, ABC reported that New South Wales discarded 305,000 tonnes of textiles. 240 of those tonnes went to landfill. That is 80% of the textiles are gone into landfill. When we were given the opportunity to look at something that we would like to change, we looked at how we could reduce the amount of waste in clothing and materials. There were two directions that we could have gone in. First, going into the fast fashion industry where clothing is made for one season and then thrown out the next. The second, or better option, was to share with young people the idea of recycling their old clothing and making it easy to do so. We explored some of the ways that we could use the clothing and make it easy and accessible to young people. We chose rags because of the low amount of restrictions in materials and the low environmental impact, and also because they can be used throughout schools.
And for many other things, pillow stuffings, cleaning materials, mats, I suppose. So really, the possibilities are endless with rags, aren't they?
Right. Who are we? A Nutborough community of people at the Northern College of the Arts and Psychology, with the goal to lower the amount of waste in the community by upcycling old clothing. The fast fashion industry is today's standard of consumerism, and because of the high production of clothing, more is thrown out, which makes around 92 million tons of waste each year. We would like to make it easier for you to upcycle your clothing once you have no need for it. We'll upcycle old clothing and produce it into rags to give the material a second life.
We aim to gather old clothes through donations from the school and community, and then upcycle these old clothes into rags that can be used around the school, students and staff.
Good job, Aaron.
So for the name, we originally thought of using Ragged Up, and then we thought of using Ragged Out, but then we ended up using NUP, which stands for NCAT Upcycling Program. We used a website called Looker to come up with all these logo designs. We ended up settling for this one because we like the leafy recyclable look of the logo.
Oh, it's sick. Oh.
For pricing, it will cost $1 for boxing and collecting materials, and around $22 for fabric cutting scissors, and most of the overhead comes to just donations. We have planned to sell the boxes for around $20 per 10 kilogram, bags for around $20 for 10 kilograms, and all the money will go back to the school and the program.
So here are some of our, like, a really basic idea of what we're accepting to turn into different kinds of rags. So old shirts will be turned into cleaning rags, old jeans and things, so denim mainly. Products will be turned into things like placemats or other things that you need to step on that need a more rigid surface and friction. You might notice how in the unacceptable metal bits, it's a denim pocket. So what we intend to do in cases of metal and zippers is, depending on the quality of the clothing, like if it's in good condition, so not quality, condition, sorry, we will either cut out the metal bits if it's in poor condition and it can't be ethically recycled or donated to someone. So we'll cut out the metal bits and donate it to an organization that's to be determined that accepts loose metal bits. And that's the same for zippers, so hoodies and things. If they're in solid condition, they're not dirty, they're not going to break, then we will donate them to somewhere, maybe like the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence. We're looking to donate any clothes that don't necessarily fit into what we're, looking to make into rags. We are taking everything. So basically people donate whatever they have, and what to give away primarily. And we will sort them for them, and things that can be turned into rags will be turned into rags, and things that we can't handle and we think are good enough to be donated will be donated to, again, the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence or another shop like that.
So for the market research, we surveyed 8 teachers and 87.5% said that they didn't use rags in their classroom and 12.5% said they did. However, all those surveyed said that they use rags, they consider using in their classroom as an alternate cleaning program. Oh, God. Right. So we aim to focus, pushing out our product to the school community in the first year. By the 3rd year, we aim to push it further out in the community, like the mechanics, local artists. And by the 4th year, we aim to reach out to other local schools.
Here's a development timeline. So this term, we plan to do, the plan development, what we're doing here, pitching to all of you. Term 1, we want to prepare the advertisement and setting up all of the things that we need to do to get this project off the ground. We would like to begin making rags by term 2 and throughout the rest of that year. And we're aiming for a total of 9 bags sold by the end of 2022. It's a little unclear on the slide, my apologies. By term 4, we'd like to look back and see how we did that year. Well, probably. Term 1, we would like of the next year, so 2023, would like to pursue collaborators, look around, sort of monitor the service's success and sort of reach out and really cultivate that stuff and cultivate a strong community that hopefully bigger organizations would like to work with. And that will go on for the rest of 2023. We would like to sell a total of 24 bags. We'd like to sell a total of 24 bags that year. Here's our development for year 3. We'd like to acquire or look at acquiring equipment to line the load of labor, reach out to other organizations, donate it. Excess clothes we can't use and sell, which we would do throughout the past 2 years anyway. So why that specifically there is on me. And then term 4 continues to take donations and turn them into rags and, see where it goes from there. Again, we would like to sell a total of 24 bags by the end of that year as well.
Promotion. We plan to promote through posters throughout the school and also online newsletters. We also plan, once we're exploring new directions, to promote this through shopping centers like the one across the road from our school, Northland Shopping Center. And all the posters will be made in school.
How can you help? I know we sound great. Well, you can help us simply by either donating something as simple as spreading the word, telling your friends, telling people that who are, recycling their old clothes nearly that season. Best to get into that. Well, there should be recycling every year, hopefully, with the whole fast fashion thing. And, if you're feeling so generous, why not purchase a bag? Help us reach that 9 bag total of a year or that 24 bag total of a year. And that was our presentation. I want to thank you all for your time and listening. Would you guys like to say any final words? No, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, NUP team. That was spectacular. Wonderful. Do we have any, actually, here we go again. Of course, the screen has frozen. I'm having a few, there we go. Before we move on to the thanking of the teachers and the mentors who've worked with NCAT, we are going to move to the next team, which is NCAT Plus. So I'm going to stop share, and Julian, if you could get your PowerPoint ready for the next, for your app, which we're really looking forward to hearing about. Thank you. Julian, are you here?
Yep, we're here.
Beautiful. Okay, we're ready to go.
Yep, let's get the presentation ready.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. My name is Julian Malati, and I'm the founder and development team leader and designer of and concept man of our development team. And I want to give a very warm welcome to all the teachers, students, and mentors for joining us today to get a taste of what's to come from our development team.
Hello, my name is Cody Welton, and I'm very excited to show our plans going forward within our development team.
So I think everyone can relate to one thing, and that is that we don't like our time being wasted. As students who value their time at school, learning at school, we've noticed we have wasted so much time over clunky online services trying to get the information that we need to get back to learning. So things such as upcoming events, booking wellbeing appointments, and being connected with other peers through the information is easy to access. So we don't waste our time. So we don't waste our time. So it should be time to learn and to get the things you need to get done. So our soon-to-be development team thought to ourselves, how can we solve this problem? So this is what we came up with. So NCAT Plus is a website and web-based app for other devices to solve the problem we discussed earlier. It's compatible with any devices with a web browser, making it accessible to absolutely anyone in the college. And it gives a custom feed of upcoming events you only care about. A built-in student calendar that works in conjunction with your Google Calendar, and a booking system for wellbeing appointments that will completely transform NCAT and wellbeing at NCAT forever.
Our target audience. Our target audience is students enrolled at NCAT in any area, whether it be trade, arts, or photography, as well as teachers such as year level coordinators, administrators, and especially wellbeing staff. NCAT Plus is for all students and teachers alike. Our market research. A survey was developed for the year 10 to 12 student cohort of NCAT. We received up to 34 responses ranging from a multitude of different views, mostly in our favor, that they agree that we need something new. What did the data show? The data from the surveys was broken into two separate groups, that being a year level and program areas. Most of the data we received all shared our views of current educational technology. Most of our data came from year 11s and 12 who fear our current technology is dated. The data shows all the programs held here, and it shows the VCE are majority, showing a clear need for change, especially for our hardworking VCE students. This data shows that 94% of students would happily use a service like ours to assist in all their schooling needs.
So during the final weeks of school, we decided that I would mentor for the next development team, since I won't actually be here at NCAT forever, of course. This is my last year of school after all. So beyond this year, the next year, 12 students in line will continue development with me to achieve a launch date of around late 2022 is what we thought was realistic. So we're actually going to take a look at a far more in-depth timeline of what our development could actually look like. So from around early September, we started conceptualizing what we actually needed. So we asked ourselves what we want to see in an app, and then we started putting out surveys. And then around that same month, we're near the end of the month, or around mid of October, we started looking at what would actually look like design-wise for different devices, and how could we actually translate a user-friendly interface that people can actually use. And around next year, of February, March, we want to release a beta version. So this could have restricted features that are very bare bones for students to teach. So we handpick different students in different groups they may from different groups around school, and we actually see how well these features working, what can we actually improve on, and what do students want as well. And from around April 2022, we'll have a full version release. So, but this will not actually be the end. This is only planting the seeds for what's to come. Because around May 2022 and onwards, when our full version is being released, when I'm gone, the people who are taking over to develop now will be constantly taking in feedback to grow this as time goes on. So think of this as a very adaptable piece of programming that will adapt to whatever environment the school is in. So hypothetically, if we did bring this to other schools, it could actually change depending on their environment and what they actually need. So when we were thinking of what the mobile version of this service would actually look like, we wanted a design that was familiar to those who have used pre-existing applications like Facebook and other social medias. And this inspiration can even be found in the homepage, as we like to call it, or the event feed. This gives you a constant feed of upcoming events as soon as you open NCAP Plus. This is a huge priority to us because giving students the incentive to start socializing again after constant lockdowns and isolation is essential to the well-being and healthy minds that we have in this educational environment. Now, guys, we're actually pretty lucky here today because we have a working prototype of the booking system for NCAP Plus. Now, do keep in mind, this is only a framework for the booking system, so what you were seeing is far from final. And when it comes to visuals and aesthetics, this is merely just a test version to see if the feature actually works.
Oh, look at
You have to look at it.
Because I log in having a little technical difficulties.
Should have this up before. Jesus Christ.
Technical difficulties, we are so sorry.
Guys, I think I've got it open. Do you
Yeah.
want to share my screen?
Oh, well, I think we were. Should be able to look at it. Oh, you. Sorry about that, guys.
We've all been there, Julian. You're not alone.
Are you in?
Why is it not
No.
loading?
I've got it. I've
All
got
right.
it up. Do you want me to share it?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
I've got it up. I'm doing it back here, so stop and share.
Stop sharing, stop sharing, stop sharing.
And I will share the screen. Hopefully it's the
I'll just go over it.
Yeah, just, do you want to come over here?
Oh, I can do it from here. Because I'll be able to see.
Oh, are you good?
Yep,
That's
yep.
it?
Well done.
So if we scroll down here for our pretty much framework, this is, as I said before, this is far from final, and this is literally just made to test the features to see if they actually work as intended.
Do you want me to click on book appointment?
Yep. So when actually designing the appointment booking system, we wanted to make it just really easy for students to actually go forward and say what their issue is before actually going in. Because a lot of situations that I've actually seen is that students aren't actually willing to take that first step into seeing someone or making the decision to actually see a wellbeing officer. And we thought this would completely transform how wellbeing is on both ends. Because if you think about it, this can be done from anywhere at any time on any device. And you no longer have to walk to a wellbeing center and actually say what you need to do. So we're going to get Alex to actually put one in. And when you're choosing an option and a date, one thing that's going to make things much easier for health officers, mental health officers, is the fact that if you choose a time it's already taken, it will instantly reject it and tell you to choose for a different time. So the mental health officer doesn't have to chase you back and say, hey, it's been taken. It is all automatic. So, and this is going back to what I'm saying about convenience and not wasting our time. Not only is this easier for students, as I said before, but we're also easing time for the people who work around the school and staff. And as you can see, it's incredibly easy to book an appointment. That's booked in.
Fantastic. Well done, Julian.
We'll go back to my share now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've only got 1 more minute and then we need to wrap up.
Yep.
One of our other app features is a built-in calendar. Our website-based app features a built-in Google Calendar, which is perfect for any student.
We'll skip it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Spend more time.
All right. So yeah. It also features extracurricular activities like movies, Kahoots that are weekly, and you can win extra prizes as well.
So I stated before that work in conjunction with your feed.
Yeah, that.
So NCAT Plus is going to be highly customizable themes made by our development team. And not only can you choose the themes, but you can also choose an option that you have to, on the theme changing depending on the event of the college is having. So this could be an example, Christmas, Pride Month, or even Couchfest, which is a time when students actually perform in front of people at lunch, which I really enjoy. We wanted to NCAT Plus to feel like it is really for them and giving them students the option to make it their own. It's extremely important for us for that reason. So let's go back to what I said about conceptualization of NCAT Plus. Our ideas stem from a place of our wants and what students want. And that's what makes our project so special and actually worth using. We want to give students what they want or need and nothing less. The reason why a staff member or a tech manager at our school will not be able to achieve this is simply because they do not know what students want or need. There is a disconnect between students and developers, and the whole reasoning I want to take this feedback and requests is to build a platform that is useful and great as it could possibly be. A platform that will always evolve depending on the needs and that time. To put it simply, NCAT Plus is for students by students.
Our logo story. Our logo went through many changes throughout its life, first starting as an information symbol, as our service was based on information. It then transitioned into the classic orange logo that you see here, which transitioned into the NCAT booth logo, which was our first name for the service before we decided to change it. We then switched it to NCAT Plus because we all thought it fit really nicely, and played around with the pink one in the corner because we just want to have a little fun with it. And before finally landing on the NCAT Plus logo you see in the bottom left corner. Financing. To make our desired outcome for our service, we've decided to use Squarespace, which allows us to make the service how we wish. Unfortunately, this comes at a cost, as we will have to pay an annual subscription to the service to keep the domain name up on the internet for as long as possible. Here's the financing and cost of implementation. As you can see, the final cost annually will be $480.
So after all I've told you today, what could you as a stakeholder actually gain from us? And these 3 important things are just the start of it. And it's with an app development experience and expansion to other Australian schools. So for instance, if this works well and NCAT loves our project, we would love to bring it into other Australian schools as it could be very useful to them. And later down the future, if we have other schools that are working with us with this project, I would love to make some keynotes that students can actually watch to get updates on what's coming to the service.
Okay, thank you, guys. That was just spectacular.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. And you know, one of the things that I really loved about this is your passion, the fact that you could see this is ongoing, to name a few, and the fact that you've seen this as the extension work that goes with this. So thank you so much. And to all the people that have supported this, and NUP have just been sensational. Teachers, mentors, The passion of everyone here has been stunning. So thank you so much for all of that. Can everyone see now that we're on to Sydney Road?
Hi.
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 Liv and Rocky, are you both there?
Yeah, we're both here.
Okay. I'm just going to pull back for a minute and just make sure. Oh, there we go. Okay.
So Liv, I'm here too, Viv, on the side. Liv and Rocky aren't going to speak to a PowerPoint. They're just going to deliver
Okay.
straight to screen.
Yep, not a problem.
Keep the personal touch.
Yeah, nice. That's lovely. And just a quick recap, and there we were. Okay, thank you, OR Lapidary.
Okay, first of all, we'd just like to thank everyone for being here and listening to our pitch. We'd also like to say that Concord and NCAT did a perfect job on their presentations. It was just amazing. We took a different approach by using an elevated pitch model, which is basically just a sales pitch. So yeah, we'll just begin.
Okay. OR Lapidary is a homemade jewelry line that uses a range of crystals that you can choose from to wear in order to influence your moods or emotions.
If you believe in spirituality or like jewelry, this would be a great product for you, as it brings an element of beauty and spirituality into a single piece. It's also really good for people who don't also believe in the ability of crystals, because when you put the jewelry on, you've set the intention by having the crystal on what your day will look like.
So, for example, when you put a citrine ring on in the morning, you're setting an intention for the day to promote happiness and abundance in your life, which is quite relevant right now because of like the mental health issues people might be facing because of the constant lockdowns Melbourne has been facing.
It's other than promoting different emotions, some crystals like black tourmaline can promote things like security and protection from any harm that could happen to you during the day.
Crystals like rose quartz can promote unconditional love in your life, whether that's loving yourself or spreading love outwards towards other people. It just depends on what intention that you set for yourself on that day.
With each piece of jewelry, you will get a link to a PDF file that will give you information on how to cleanse your crystal, how to set your intentions for the day, and any relevant information that you choose to know about the crystals. This helps anyone new to spirituality and crystals. Also, the reason why we decided to do a PDF file was to make our business more sustainable. So we didn't want to print paper or print anything out. So everything that we use, our crystals, wire, everything we've searched, and everything is sustainable for the environment.
Yeah. We really believe in the power of crystals and how they influence your life if you choose for it to do so. So like that's why we decided to make this product, because we really believe in it and it was fun for us.
Yeah, we're really proud of making this because it's really good to explore mental health in different ways, and I think jewelry is a good way to promote it because it's good to set your intention, have a happy day,
and it looks nice.
And it looks really beautiful to have and wear, and it makes you feel better, and the crystal can make you feel better as well. So it's like a double.
Yeah.
Liz and Rocky, I can't agree more. I think you've nailed it in terms of what Melbourne is actually needing at this point in time. So lovely. Thank you so much for that. That was just beautifully done, and you encapsulated what you're wanting to do really well. So thank you. And I love the fact that you're outside in front of a tree. That's just lovely. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to now move on to Fitzroy. And here we have, in fact, before Fitzroy, some of the other teams from Sydney Road who are working really hard on some very other innovative ideas that we hope to hear from soon. and likewise all the teachers and principals behind Sydney Road as well, who are doing a lot of work behind the scenes. There you are, Dom. Thank you. And obviously our wonderful mentors, Jai and Roberto, who have worked really thinking through how to support students through a very difficult time. Okay, thank you so much. We're on to Fitzroy. Now, Fitzroy's done a magnificent job of moving on to getting us to think about a pre-recorded pitch. Yui, are you able to line up that pitch? Thank you.
Wanted to dispense 2 sauces at the same time, but you don't have enough time to get 2 bottles.
Welcome to the Mixie bottle. One of our Mixie bottles is better than 2 of anything else.
Something else. This is the brains behind Mixie Bottle. So here we have myself, Zeke Joyce Robertson. I'm the CEO and the businessman of the company. I help push the marketing.
I'm Sir Fallon Cathcart, the joint CEO, and the actual brain behind the Mixie bottle. I was sitting there maybe a few months ago actually, and the genius just came to my head.
Yeah.
And over here, this beautiful man is Roberto Colonzi, ex-mayor of Yarra, and he just brings so much to this company. His connections just help us so much with this business.
Yeah, without him, Mixie Bottle would just be Mixie. Mixie Bottle concept. So it's a 500 milliliter refillable plastic bottle that dispenses 2 sauces simultaneously. Technology allows different ratios of each sauce. All plastics are Australian source, plus all Mixie bottles are made in our own warehouses right here in Fitzroy.
So here we're just going to show you a quick design. This looks like a normal bottle, doesn't it? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. But here, this tab, that's where all the science is.
That's not on a Master Foods bottle.
Nice. Turn that and then get a different ratio. Inside is a divider, which actually divides the 2 sauces, and obviously I said the ratios can be adjusted by the top.
Yeah. So our key goals: to bring a new state-of-the-art product to the design to the world of food consumption, to bring a new item onto the market that helps the environment as well, to cull down all the time of food preparation before serving and eating, and to give freedom back to sauce lovers.
So how the Mixie bottle is going to conquer social issues? Using recycled plastics to make our products is of course going to help the environment. You might have heard once we mentioned the Mary Creek.
Yeah.
All the plastic in that actual creek can be taken out and used for our product. Percentages of our profits will be donated to mental health organisations, something that we hold dearly to our hearts, and we feel strongly about. And just also enabling people to live their life to the fullest.
Some quick Mixie facts to get you thinking here on a Monday morning. So Heinz makes 1.8 million bottles of ketchup a day. That equates to 1.8 million bottles in the trash. Mixie Bottle eliminates not 20, not 50, not 80, but 100% of all the trash that Heinz produce. Mixie Bottle uses 100% recycled plastics, that we said before. And it also shaves off 30 seconds to dispense sauces with 2 bottles. So, you know, you're actually getting more life with the money you spend on Mixie Bottle. This is a graph indicating your life expectancy after purchasing just 1 bottle of Mixie Bottle.
So we'll run you through some finance real quick. So a Mixie bottle will cost roughly around $8 from your supermarket. It's only going to cost us $1.80 to make the Mixie bottle. So that is a 77.5 profit margin before our donations though.
Yeah.
So obviously it goes down to 38.75 after all the generous donations we make.
Let's get some quick market research. 75.6% use more than 1 source. That's in the whole world. 93% have not heard of this concept. 81% said they'd purchase if donations were made after they purchased. And 89% said they'd purchase if it was made with recyclable plastics.
So some collaboration ideas. We've actually been in talks with all of these companies. Macca's, of course, I actually was just in there, saw them battling away trying to make a burger for me. I said, "You guys don't have Mixie bottles here?"
Yeah.
And I go, "What is that?" And I pitched it to them, and we've already got a deal going.
Yeah.
Master Foods, mainly to try and take down Heinz. We hate them. And another
Food
company,
Sellers is a really beautiful homegrown food truck business. You know, we're going to be partnering up with them in the near future. So here's some future aspirations. Mixie Bottle Airlines. You know, we don't want to just take the storefronts. We want to take the airs. Mixie Bottle Football Club, you know, we're both avid fans of AFL, and we've already been in talks with Gil to get a club going. And then also another thing that we care dearly about is Mixie Health Organisation, which is going to help combat mental health, especially in the youth.
So you don't have to have your feelings bottled inside.
Have you ever wanted to dispense 2 salt?
Thank you so much, Mixie Bottle. Love the concept. Yes, I agree, Sean. I think there's definitely been, our life has definitely been poorer as a result of not having Mixie Bottle. What I'd like to do, I'm conscious of time, and this next one is going to mean that we're going to run over. Are people happy to stay for this last one? My apologies for the extension, but I think the passion has been so strong with these. I really haven't wanted to stop it in a traditional pitch format. So thank you if everyone's willing to do that. If you can move on to the next one. Thank you, Yuri, which is
at the same time.
Not Mixie Bottle. We're on to Armatus Technology. But yes, I have to say, here we are.
The next generation in the evolution of technology. You can forget about the iPhone. The iPhone, what is the iPhone? No one cares. So, who are we? My name is Lincoln. I'm the computer extraordinaire, CEO and president and graphic designer of Artemis Technology.
Yep, hello, I'm Michael. I'm the lead researcher, the chief sustainability officer of Artemis Technology.
Hi, I'm Stelios. I'm the lead market analyst and the chief market officer of Artemis.
And of course, Raul, our genius mentor who couldn't be here today. So, let's go through a scenario. You know, you've got your lovely new MacBook, brand spanking new, but oh crap, you spilled coffee all over it. Bam, that sucks. Well now, you know, you try to get it repaired, they quote you $600. You go to an independent repair shop, they can't fix it because they don't know how. It's just like, oh God, no, you know? And it's hard to know which independent repair shops are good and which ones are dodgy. And it's hard to know when the Apple Store's screwing you over or when they're actually quoting $600 for a legitimate repair. You never know. And there are countless news articles online. You do a single Google search, you will see countless news articles about Apple scamming its customers. This isn't a problem solely linked to Apple. I mean, you see Lenovo doing the same thing. Dell even got sued over it. I mean, like, it's a big problem in the tech industry. One of the big increasing trends is to do things like soldering RAM onto motherboards. And they've been doing the same thing for CPUs and GPUs for a long time now.
Okay, what's the problem we aim to fix? Our product aims to stop the anti-consumer practices a lot of technology companies hold, such as, you know, soldering components like RAM. This is bad because it means you have to replace the whole laptop instead of just the component that fails, and also overpriced repairs. We aim to reduce the impact this industry has on the environment as well. And how will we solve this? We'll build laptops in a way that will focus on sustainability, repairability, and customization. Our laptops will be cheaper to repair, and we want to lead and show the bigger tech companies that being sustainable and user-friendly is profitable. And here's our product concept. Yep, here's our laptop. You know, you can't really tell by the picture, but all these components are easily removable. So, you know, if this fails, you can just replace that, not the whole laptop, you know? And we're still going to maintain the sleek, sexy, you know, laptop look that everyone is accustomed to.
So, and how are we going to make removable graphics cards? This is something that not a lot of people know, but the technology is already here. What we can do is use mobile PCI Express modules. You guys swap out graphics cards just as you would any RAM stick. This technology has been around for a while. It's just that no one's doing it because they don't need to, and it's easier. It's easier just to solder it on. Also, it increases price of repairs, which makes you more money. So you might be thinking, how do we learn all this? Well, you can with Vulcan University, made by Artemis Technology. Vulcan University is free online technology courses covering everything from Computing 101 to computer science and electrical engineering. And here are my colleagues to tell you more about Vulcan University.
Let's talk about it. Computing 101, what are we going to be learning? We're going to learn about how computers work. We're going to learn about different types of PC components. And we're going to learn how to build a computer from scratch. And our computer science, we're going to learn programming. We're going to learn how networks work. We're going to learn cybersecurity and staying safe. And we're also going to learn how to build an advanced computer network. And in electrical engineering, we're going to learn about different components of a circuit board. We're going to learn Ohm's law, logic/motherboard repairs, and to environmental sustainability. Just to give some facts, so we generate 40 million tons of electronic waste, which is equivalent to throwing away 400 laptops every single second. 85% of the e-waste are sent to landfills or incinerators. E-waste comprises of 70% of our overall toxic waste. And only 12.5% of the e-waste is recycled. And most of the components of the e-waste are electronics that can be reused and recycled. And you know, just recycling 1 million laptops saves the equivalent of the energy used by 3,600 homes. And also, how is the Artemis helping to benefit the environment? So we're going to prioritize recycling of the laptop parts. We're gonna create more accessible laptop repairability. So you know, if your CPU, GPU, RAM, battery fails, you're able to just repair that specific part instead of throwing the entire laptop out. We're going to create longer lasting laptops, which equates to less e-waste.
So what sets us apart from the competition? Well, Artemis Technology is a social enterprise, which means we have programs like Vulcan University that give back to the community and allow people to learn about technology for free, completely for free on the internet. We also heavily emphasize recycling and sustainability, things like that. Also, Artemis offers greater customability than the competition. If you want to have an AMD GPU, then you can have an AMD GPU. If you want to have an AMD processor, you can. If you want an Intel processor, you can. If you want an NVIDIA GPU, you can. You can have whatever you want in an Artemis laptop.
As our market research data, so 96.4% said that they would purchase a laptop made from recycled or refurbished materials. 90.4% said they would be more likely to purchase a laptop if the business donated a percentage of profit to organisations that work to reduce environmental waste. 80.7% said repair affordability was very important to them. That's 4 up to 5 out of 5. 69.9% said battery life was 5 out of 5 important, so we will focus on that in our laptops.
So here are some brief financials. It costs roughly $1,100 to build each laptop and selling them for $1,500 each. That's about $400 profit, which is a 26.67% profit margin. As you can see, here's a graph to further highlight the profit. And this is our website that we have put together. So as you can see here, we've got our lovely logo up there. And here is our slogan, technology not made for landfill. So we go down here and we have the laptops. We have the Artemis laptop and the DIY edition. So if you like building laptops yourself, you can. We ship you the parts, you put it together yourself. And we give you a discount on top of that.
Yeah, so you're probably all wondering, why should you even invest in Artemis, right? And the reason we'll tell you. So Artemis is the next step in evolution of technology. Let's go! Yeah!
Woo! Alright, good stuff.
That's where.
Tough crowd once again.
Welcome to
Okay, thank you so much. Gosh, there have been some spectacular pictures and a lot of thought and passion going into a lot of what we've seen today. I'm really conscious we're 5 minutes over, but I think there may be some questions that people might like to ask the student leaders. And I know I suggested I would do it, but yeah, let's just be spontaneous with this. If anyone has a question that they would like to put to a student leader, maybe just for a couple of minutes, or just have a quick conversation or some comments or summary about the pictures or directed to specific teams. Anyone? Roberto? Dee?
I was just gonna, probably not enough time for questions, but I was just wanted to have a general comment of how impressed I am with all of the pictures. You know, the confidence, the passion, the underlying theme across most presentation of sustainability, social engagement and whatever. Well done. Well done. I'm very impressed.
Thanks, Roberto. Anyone else like to make some comments or just a quick question or just a big thank you to all people who were involved? I can't thank, in fact, everybody enough for the amount of passion, energy, commitment, dedication and passion around this. It's just been absolutely stunning. I can see a lot of potential in terms of different connections, whether it's with Julie or Charlie around the technologies and what students have presented, the circular economy, as I think Sean, you mentioned, even just people wanting to think about how to connect. And it's not a surprise, given that Melbourne has had the longest, toughest lockdown, that connection and social connection and technology features so strongly in these pictures. So look, unless there's anyone who's got some burning questions or comments they'd like to make. Okay, I'm just going to hand it over very quickly to Julian, who was just going to say a few quick words on behalf of the students.
We'd like to thank all the mentors, teachers, students, anyone who's taken their time to listen to us and all the other projects. Good luck to everyone. I wish you all the best. And I guess I'll see you guys in the long run.
That's great, Julian. Thank you so much to everyone. And Julian, I'm also equally impressed that you have a plan for the next 4 years, as did some of the others. It was just stunning. So let's see this as a seed of future business propositions, and look forward to potentially, hopefully, seeing you outside of technology, actually in real life. That would be very exciting. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for coming, and mentors, you will be staying on for the evaluation with Peter Kellogg, while the rest of us will be leaving. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much to all of you. And I do hope we will be able to connect very soon. I will certainly be in touch with everyone who's online at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, Peter, I'm going to make you the host.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, because the name keep moving. Let me try to get a hold of your name. So you are host now. Yep.
Thanks, Huey.
Okay, so I'll
all right.
thank you.
I just wanted to copy the chat. Thank you, and I'll say goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, see you all.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.